The very first thing is to identify what's your why. Once you identify your why, what's next?
All right, so now you got to start thinking logistics, right? You got to start thinking, all right, if I'm I got my why down, how am I going to get this message out? I tell people all the time, it's not as complicated as you think, right? It takes a small investment. And some of those things are software, right?
Okay.
So we talk about software. You got to be on a platform. Nobody is putting a podcast out there, going to Spotify, going to, iTunes, going to Podbean. Nobody's doing that.
Right.
You have to identify what's your hosting site going to be on.
Okay.
And that hosting site then allow for your podcast to now be spread across all these platforms.
All right, so from a practical standpoint, let's call it out. What are some good hosting websites from your perspective?
Libsyn, Spreaker, I would go with those two any time of the day.
Any time of the day.
Any time of the day. It's going to give you that data, the analytics, and know exactly who your demographics are, who are you speaking to, where's your audience, what country are they in. It gives you that information you'll need to be successful.
I love it. Now, what's the startup cost?
Yeah, the startup cost, you're looking at probably about $20, investing up to probably about anywhere between 90 to plus hours of content saved.
Yeah.
And you can upgrade that plan as you create more content.
So that's the platform.
Yeah.
What about a mic, man?
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Don't we need like some mic, a good computer, something to really help them? Because here's my thing, man. I don't want you to get into this thing. Can I just be real?
Yeah, be real.
I mean, it's my show. I don't know why I'm asking you.
Be real, bro. Break it.
Here's my problem with certain people. We don't go for excellence.
Yep.
We just go to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes when we don't aim for excellence, we settle.
Yep.
And so I don't want you to get no cheap mic.
Yep.
Don't get no cheap mic.
Let's get it. No cheap mic. All right, so let's talk the no cheap mic option, though. Let's give it to him.
Okay.
Right? The no cheap mic option would be the same mic that Michael Jackson song Thriller on. That's the Shure SM7B.
Ooh, I got one of those.
The Shure SM7B. You get that bad boy, you can get a Rodecaster Pro.
I like that.
Right? You put that Rodecaster Pro, maybe a cloud lifter to help out with the noise. That combination together, you plug that thing up into your computer, your laptop, and you're on a good start. And then you have to start thinking, all right, how am I going to say? What am I going to press record on? Free software like Audacity.
And here's why I say you don't want nothing cheap. Because it's like, if you got something to say, you want people to hear you clearly.
Yeah,
you don't want people to say, what did he say? What did she say? No, you want people to hear what God put inside of you very clearly. So my whole thing is like, once you figure out your why, then the next thing you need to do is make the first step and make the investment into something quality. Maybe you need to save up over a period of a couple of months to go get it, because what I don't want you to do is go drop $500. Now, y'all thought I was going to be slipping. No. I don't want you to drop $500 on this and you still got some debt. No, priorities, okay? Priorities. We got to stick to our priorities. But the Shure
SM7B.
SM7B.
Yeah.
Okay. I got the Rodecaster. The Rodecaster is really good.
Yeah.
I got the cloud as well. That's all in my office downstairs. This is what I'm gonna do for you all. Because some of you are probably saying, okay, what is this? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop a link in the show description of exactly, here's what I use to start my own mini podcast situation at the home before this big old situation that I have right now. So I'll drop that in a link below. But I wanna maybe suggest something, and tell me if you agree with this or not.
Okay.
Before you buy the equipment, maybe spend 2 weeks writing down what you wanna say and just talking to people about what you wanna say.
Absolutely. Before you make an investment like that, you want to make sure you're comfortable in speaking.
Yes.
Comfortable in speaking.
Yes.
If you're doing an interview show, comfortable in interview. I tell people all the time, right? But when you think about doing a podcast, right? The first thing, it's almost like watching a show on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Number one show in U.S. right now is clickbait, right? Everyone's watching, right? You know why though? Because when you start something like a series, you don't want to finish it, right?
You don't.
But you want to finish it, you want it to stop.
Right.
You keep going. So if you're gonna drop a podcast, why not drop a podcast with at least 3 episodes in the very beginning?
You talking good. And here's my thing, man. You know what? Instead of purchasing that equipment up front, maybe in the very, very beginning, I think that's number 3. Number 2 is get on there, maybe practice some of your stuff on IG Live.
Yeah.
Maybe put some of yourself up on IG Reels. You see if you're getting some likes. See if people are responding. See if your message is resonating. Maybe jump on the phone with the pro like yourself and hey, here's what I'm thinking. Here's the content that I'm hitting on. And start practicing out loud. When you get in that shower, talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Get loud. And that's something that I still do to this day.
Yeah.
Brand new content. When I got a brand new talk, a brand new sermon, boy, I be in that shower straight up naked. Like, yes, Lord. I practice what I'm going to say. When I'm doing my own single talks, I'm like, let me practice. I come in here in the dark When my producer gone, I come in here, I just practice on what I want to say. Because I want to make sure when I say it, people hear it and people understand
Let me give y'all this a tip, though, too. Right? Someone's thinking about, okay, how do you, how else could you do that, right? I always learn from some of the best. One of the people that come on my mind right now, Jamila Mustafa, I had her on my show. She's done TRL, she's done BET, you name it. And here's the hack. Have that conversation, do almost like an interview style with people at the grocery store. Like, yo, why did you pick that up? Is that really good? Even if you know the answer. Right? What you're doing, though, is you're practicing that interview style. You're practicing what's working. You're looking at them in the eyes.
Yeah.
Like, those are some of the tips that I would say is try it out even in most public settings, and you'll master your craft.
Woo! 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 I love it.